I need to create a clinical profile for you. Good morning, Sarah. I need to create a clinical profile for you, Sarah. Which is more powerful, love or hate?
I am actually an optimist, so I like to think love.
Make efforts to live a low-stress lifestyle and cultivate relationships.
Yeah. You want to throw in a boyfriend too?
If you help me, I will take care of you. You're now under my control. Go to 47 West 13th Street. If the scientist doesn't comply, you must kill her. Well then, Sarah. I always get what I want. I have you under my control, don't I?
I've been doing what you asked me to do since day one.
You destroyed my life!
I haven't destroyed it yet, Sarah. There are things I could do. To your mother.
All Commander, she died.
People like you build monsters.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory, honor, and its due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, man, this is a new movie trailer called Implanted. It's supposed to be coming out next year about the digital all implant. Okay, what's so funny about this is that if anybody's seen that movie called Upgrade, it deals with a similar scenario, but instead they put it in your spine, you know, which is called STEM, which goes into the brain, to the what you call the brain transmitters, because you know they have the one you could put in your head too. All right, and I'm assuming that this one is dealing with the one they put in your hand or your arm. And it's funny though, because when I was in a group chat, this is actually video, but I screenshot it. I'm not gonna. I didn't upload the video because they clearly would take it down. But in that video that the brother posted in the chat, it basically tell you that it says all your personal information stored in the you know what with blockchain technology. Okay, it says and she was basically saying on how at first they were talking about the conspiracies, this and this and that. But overall, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do a lesson on this, and I'm going to have to put it on my BitChute account, because that way I can actually play the video and go into it a little bit more, because, you know, YouTube algorithms be tripping. But basically, they said it ties into the blockchain, the cryptocurrencies, and it's going to tie into buying and selling, okay? And it's going to come from that Vanessa Nation passport, because a lot of people were buying fake identities or fake passports, but they were getting bumped off with it. And I've always, and I've said this statement a few times, I said that this thing that we're entering into is going to be no straddling than a fence. Either you're going to be with it or you're not going to be with it. Okay, the Lord ain't leaving room for gray areas no more. You don't have to pick a side, because if there was a such thing as a gray area, Jacob straddled the fence. You know, you wouldn't really have to show too much faith in Yahweh Shai, because you can easily say, well, I have faith, but I'm going to still go ahead and get a fake one. That way I can still maintain my life. But no, the Lord said, look, man, he who loses his life should save it, and he who has saved his life shall lose it. Okay, so we got to be in that mindset that you're going to have to pick a side. It's either hot or cold, man. Ain't no in between no more. So they said with this blockchain technology, etc., it's all going to lead into the, you know what, the digital hall. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Like I said, Lord's will, Spirit hit me. I'll upload a video, a short video, or that clip to my BitChute account, and we'll just take it from there. I'll probably just upload the clip, because everything that I'm saying in this video, I'm just going to repeat it in a new video. So somehow I could probably do an editing. I could take this video and I can just add that clip into my BitChute. That way it all come together. Makes sense. I just do it that way to save the time, and, you know, and going through a whole nother lesson when I'm gonna pretty much say the same thing. So yeah, that's what I'll do, Lord's will. But anyway, also speaking on the video I did yesterday too, about the green light on Jake. That bill, what they consider satire, which means they basically hide the truth in plain sight. When you say a satire, meaning fake or kind of falsified, but that bill that they were talking about relatively didn't exist then, but all of a sudden it's being revised as of last year. So it was weird. So the video I did, and I put in the description or the title that it's satire or fake, but the information indeed is relatively true, because we already know Rex 84 and those different agendas 22, 21. We already know that deals with basically what he was saying. Okay, so that's just another way of trying to hide the truth, but nonetheless, it's true. Okay, because I'm gonna have the information here. It was sent to me. It says that clip was from 2007. It says the clip said to have been doctored by the site and is a fake parody because there was never a Republican John Haller in Pennsylvania, nor was there a HR 8791 at that time. It says, plus the room was empty of all who will vote. It says, however, I was watching his lips and he was saying those words. So if it is fake, they did a deep fake on it. But the footage is from C-SPAN, which the C is changed to the S or the satire site logo, letting people know it's not real, which they do that to try to throw you off. But the fact of information, what he was allegedly saying is indeed in their books. You know, they're just not going to put that or make that readily public information. But they already know their plans, okay? And all this ties together from the movie clip I just showed you into the screenshot of the blockchain information retiring to the digital. All this plays a factor. Okay, it's all coming back full swing. So that's the beauty of it. But anyway, it says the pic shows the actual printout of the words he was reading, but it says until November 2020, HR 879, the Homeland Terrorism Preparedness Bill supposedly didn't exist. But it says on November the 20th, the HR 8791 under two slightly different names was introduced in an attempt to greatly reform, look up what reform means, and practically rewrite another bill that is never mentioned. Henceforth, going back to that alleged deep fake, it all ties into it. So basically saying, well, this is fake, but it's really not. They don't want people to bug out or catch wind of what they're doing, but they're already exposed. So there's no point of hiding it anymore. It's already out there. But that's one of Esau's primary weapon tactics, is his deception. Okay, it says, what are the chances that a bill of the same HR name as a so-called satire is introduced to a reform, a bill that never existed? It says E is doing some real shady stuff, but everything you said was spot on, because I believe, satire or not, that the bill was introduced and passed back in 2007 and covered up immediately by labeling a joke. Exactly, that's what he does. It says now they are reforming that bill to make it more lethal, and the spirit had the brother find it and it jumped on you to put it all in perspective and get it out there, because they are worried they're about to come after us, all in a bad way. So whether that clip is real or fake, the content is 100% true. That's absolutely right. You know, so I just kind of wanted to throw that in there for the listeners that may have watched the video and didn't really understand where it was coming from, because there's a lot of satire articles out there, but in fact, we know they're true. You know what I'm saying? Just like prime example, right? You got herbs, right? That's not approved by the Federal Drug Administration, but we know that they're helpful to the body. Okay, so just because he doesn't approve it or make mention of it doesn't mean that is not the case. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that's written as to be legit or of legality purposes, a lot of that shit is bullshit, man. Like the whole thing with the PFZI, how do you spell it? You know, the Michelle Pfeiffer, I'll put it that way. Okay, the Michelle Pfeiffer, that's been approved, but motherfuckers are getting jacked up. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, the Lord is speaking, man, you know, and we're going to be the ones that bring this information out. So anyway, let's go straight to the precepts here. Don't want to waste too much time. I mean, it's straightforward. This 2 Esdras 16, and I'm going to start at verses 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they should take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Okay, how are you being idle? For one thing, you're idle because you're not seeing what the hell is happening. Like a lot of people, like I went to the store and this I don't know if she was a Mexican or well, Issacharite or a Gook. But she like, you got to put the mask on. I looked at her, I said, I ain't got no mask, man. And then she's like, here go one right here. So I kind of looked at her. She said, you got to put it over your head. I said, whatever, and walked off on her. You know, so when I walked out the store, I took the mask off and threw it in. Well, I took it off in front of her ass, and I kind of gave her a defiant look and kind of smiled at her. But the fact about it is, these people willingly went down there and listened to the how can I say it, to the jibber jabber. Because that's what this man speaks, a bunch of jibber jabber. He can't even formulate a sentence, but yet we're tired. We're getting, I'm getting impatient with you, Vanessa's. Nigga, shut up, man. Just go fucking die somewhere. All right, just go croak. That's what you need to do. You ain't capable, buddy. You know, talking all that madness. This is a pandemic for the unVs versus, man, nigga, shut up, bro. You know goddamn well what you doing. All right, but yet these people, they're idle, man. So they're going to be fed garbage. They're going to be fed what they need to be fed in order for the Lord to take them out. Because most of these people, they went down there and dealt with it. And now they're back under this order, this method. Okay, and I have to watch what I say very wisely because, like I said, man, they on point. You know what I'm saying? Like the press conference with that demon, and I hate this, man. This lady is a straight devil. Jen Psaki. Basically, on the press conference, I believe it was one of them when they was kind of questioning her, lecturing her, and she just kind of walked out on them. I'm assuming it's at the end of the clip or the end of her conference, but yet, man, you know, she's very defiant to people that seems to question her because she's been caught up in a lot of madness, man. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's big division in America, okay? But it says here, feed you being idle, offered into things into idols, and what's the modern day image of Baal, okay, the digital all, this digital all, which we know as the MOTB, okay, that's going to tie directly into what's going on here. We've even said it, we called it, and you're not going to be able to, you know, do what you have to do unless you get that, okay, and it says here, and they that consent unto them should be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. Derision, you know, confusion, you know, destruction, you're going to be reproached because regardless if you Israelites go down there and believe in Antiochus doctrine, they're going to still go door to door putting you down. Okay? The decision was to never allow you Israelites to live a comfortable life here in Babylon. This is not what it was for. You see what I'm saying? The whole plan was to get you put in the program to monitor you and then to do away with you. You would never partake in their glorious, what they call utopia, which is nothing more but a dystopia. Okay, and the Most High is upsetting on all angles. This is why you're getting ready to have the biggest kickback in federal appeals due to what Biden just did yesterday, because the governor of Missouri, he said, look, man, we ain't allowing that shit in our state. He said it. He said, no, we're not doing it. You even had the district attorney of Missouri that said it, like, no, we're not dealing with that. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out, but I do know that it's going to be some type of civil war between these red states and these other states, because you look at places like Illinois, California, they clearly hopped on a bandwagon and went right into it, which shows you that it's all about division. They're creating division to get people to kind of buck up so they can be, you know, how can I say it, justified on bringing in the troops, okay, to restore chaos, because this is all under the form of chaos or order out of chaos. Okay, they want to bring in the problem, create the solution or create the reaction. Then they're going to generate the solution, which is, you know, the military, and forcibly putting people in these prisons and instilling these unhumane values in them. Okay, and a lot of people just gonna consent to it because now they're getting afraid. They're like, oh shit, I may lose my job, I may lose my apartment. Because the elder brother, I call him Wamba, Yasha Wamba, he uploaded a little video to the clip to his page, and he stated that certain apartment complexes are requiring you to have this. So even if it's not mandated on a state level, depending on where you at, man, you got these little private businesses that really has to do it, okay? And Biden, what he did was he understood that he couldn't attack small business or private business, so he did it under what they call the health administration, which I don't know how the hell he got around that, but the scriptures tell you that this man is crafty, and through his craftiness he was gonna, deceive the people. You know. Give me 1 second. All right. So anyway, this going down here. It says here, and they that consented to them should be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. It says, for that should be in every place, and in the next city is a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. This is the Israelites, okay? It says here, and they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So at this time, you can expect all-out chaos, all-out hell to break loose in Babylon the Great, okay? Because this is what they're formulating. People are on edge. People are divided, man. You got the military that's like, man, fuck this shit. We ain't dealing with it, man. Out there in Missouri City, they stated that I believe the sheriff or something, or I'm going to go into it on the next lesson, Lord's will, because I briefly looked at it. But I think like the head chief or something like that resigned, and all the other cops left out with him. So you see what's happening? That's a powder keg for chaos in the streets. So when your whole police forces, they just vanish and walk off the job, who are going to come and fill the void? The military. Because when you don't have a police force, then crime is at an all-time high. You know, and it says here, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire. Okay. Hear ye, O my beloved, says the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Okay. So that's the key. Don't doubt, have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because this thing is coming. Okay. Like this movie here takes place in 2023, right? Hey, that's spot on point. Okay, 2022, 2023. Hey, it's a movie. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get around it, man. The way that things are planned out, things are moving quick, man. I mean, it's quick. I always told brothers, I said, look, don't be surprised by the end of the year, we might not be on YouTube, or we may be fucking homeless by year's end. Because I got a feeling that they're gonna try to do something big before or during the winter time to kind of get people in the most uncomfortable situations, because they say that most decision makings are led by fear or fear driven. So therefore, when you are making a decision out of fear, you don't have time to really come up with the proper protocol. You don't have time to execute a right judgment or a sound judgment, because you're operating in the moment. That's why I always say you have a bad decision, you have a worse decision. And in this case, a lot of people are going to choose the worst decision, because neither of it is nothing good that's going to come from this. Okay, so they're going to shake people's foundation, taking their jobs, taking their food stamps, basically holding bread and circus over people's minds. That's how Esau plays on you. That's a well-orchestrated formula that the elites have been indulging in for hundreds of years, and it's worked every time. That's exactly why World War I, World War II were successful experiments, because they allowed people to dangle financial resources and necessities over people's heads. And this is how they was able to get in government. This man is crafty, man. Like the scriptures say, through his devices, he should, through his craft, he should cause, through his devices, or roughly paraphrase, he should cause craft to prosper in his hand. Okay. So let's go to the main scripture. This is the book of Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Okay, now we're in the process now of worshiping the image. All this ties into hand to hand. Now, Vanessa is not the MOTB, but it's part of the same system. Okay, it's coming in the same spirit. So you can assume that this whole digital all will come in this form of a setup, because they're not going to risk calming things down just to put people back in this predicament. They can never do another experiment like this to push the MOTB. So you have to know that it's coming in the form of under this healthcare, this administration. It has to, because I questioned when it first happened. I said, okay, a lot of people are saying that Vanessa is the digital all. I said, nah, I said it can't be. You got to be tied into it somehow, because I said the elites can't risk getting everything back on point just to create another historical outcry and people fall for it. I said it ain't gonna work that way. So I said this digital all will be tied into some type of monetary system due to some type of collapse, or like we said, the blockchain, which it deals with the Bitcoin and the different cryptocurrencies, which ties right into the digital currency, because they're getting ready to do away with money. It was supposed to have been by, I believe, the end of last year, the beginning of this year, they wanted to create a digital dollar wallet. They wanted every U.S. citizens who have a digital dollar wallet account by January of this year. But somehow, I guess it didn't go through. But they're kind of going around it. So you can see where this is going. So in order to get this blockchain up and running, they're going to have to do something, whether it be another shutdown. It's going to have to be something that's going to cause another attack, or FALSE flag, so to speak, to get this to be what it's going to be. Okay, because I'm seeing another attack in the form of falsehood that's coming real soon. That's going to pretty much disrupt everything. And that's going to cause them to go to war too, because whatever moves that this whore was going to make is going to affect their allies too. And their allies is going to cut ties with them. And before you know it, due to this financial meltdown that's coming, that's going to put the nations at odds with Babylon, okay? Even their own allies. So when that happens, it makes sense that why NATO and the EU would turn their back on the whore and shoot missiles on her. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, I just don't see it happening any other way. I could be wrong. But, you know, through the spirit, you know, I'm just speaking through the spirit. I think that America's allies are going to turn on them due to some type of economic meltdown. Okay, because once this dollar goes, the rest of the world is a free fall. Okay, and everybody's going to try to fill that void, even if it means destroying Babylon the Great. Because think about it, once the dollar collapsed, that shows weakness on the West. So, hey, why not attack while the guard is down? That could be one reason right there. America ain't even got to do anything to piss off their allies. It could just be the fact that, well, hey, this is a time to go in for the kill, because believe it or not, nobody likes this place. Nobody likes this society. Nobody likes the West. Even their own conglomerates, they don't even deal with them for real. They just have to, because they sitting at the top of the beck and call. Prime example, look at Turkey. They getting ready to go over to the Eastern Bloc. They're not dealing with fucking NATO for real. And Turkey and America are allies on paper. You see what I'm saying? So it could just be when a dollar collapses, that can be, hey, let's go in for the kill. The guard is down. Hey, let's go in for the kill. So they're plotting against it right now, you know? And you got this guy biting Sleepy Joe. Please. This guy's a fucking joke. All right? It's a joke, man. And you people in the Babylon, you are a joke. You know what? And when all you people start dropping dead, I'm going to praise you, how about Shimi, how was shot straight up. Because you know what? All last night when I was in the store, my patience was being tried. You know what I'm saying? First I go in the store, some retard fucking Moabite, some low-life Moabite talking shit about a damn face diaper. Then all of a sudden I went to go buy something. And then this Edomite dude, he said, well, I got to take it up to the counter with you. I said, why? You got to take it to the counter. Y'all never had to do this shit before. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of going back and forth, just fucking with his mind a little bit, you know. And he said, I don't know, man. It's just a new thing. And then I go to self-checkout. This fucking nigga woman, some old crow. You got a line wrapped around to Tennessee. And you got self-checkout things available. And, you know, she's letting people in one at a time. And then the lady behind me, like, what are you doing? Like, are you gonna let people in? She kind of got irate with the lady. You know what I'm saying? The lady, you know, kind of came back a little bit like, this is how I'm doing it. You know, because I'm trying to keep down theft. I'm like, you fucking old bitch. Like, you finna croak over and die, man. You trying to keep this man up. They don't give a fuck about you. They finna get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? That's the back of my mind. Because I'm like, this is how you doing it now? She's like, well, this is how I'm doing it. And I'm like, man, I'm like, back of my mind, I'm like, lady, man, you don't even know I'll fucking power drive your ass through that machine. Like, who the fuck are you talking to, you know? That'd be my mind when I be dealing with people, but I be staying spiritual, you know? I don't say that, but back of my mind, I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to get these fucking people, man, because these people got some fucking nerve. Talking shit like they doing something. You know, that's why the scriptures say every idle word should not go unaccounted for. So, okay, I just make, every time a motherfucker offend me, I make a mark in my mind, like, look, okay, all right. It's like a list, and believe me, my list is very, very long. It's very long. We're gonna need some help cleaning it up, you know. But anyway, yeah. So these people, they gotta be destroyed. This is why this is perfect. Hey, how about Shimi Hawashai is gonna create mass hysteria in Babylon? I can't wait, man. Okay, I can't wait to see the look on people's faces when they start coming up, because people finna start coming up to my camp in droves. They're gonna start asking questions. They're gonna start want to learn, and majority of you just gonna get sent down the street. Okay, we just gonna know through the spirit that you ain't right. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna come up there and learn, Now is the time to learn and come up there and get what you need to get and do what you have to do. But when all hell break loose and you start coming up to the camps, man, hey, majority of you through the spirit, we gonna tell you to walk down the street. We're not even gonna deal with you. Cause y'all seen us out there for years and y'all didn't do anything but scoff and mock and write us off as a joke. All right, and I'm talking about people that's in my own circle, family members. Look, don't call me, ask me a damn thing. Go to the sellers and buy. And that's just the spirit of the Lord put in me. You know, I was meditating on it this morning. So, hey, if you ain't with us now, then the hell with you later. That's how I look at it. But, hey, it's up to the Lord. All right. So, anyway, it says here, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, that digital all. Okay. John, the Revelator, saw this system in code. He was telling it to us in code. Okay. If you go into the Greek, and then you look at the different Greek numerals and notice that all these variants are named after Greek lettering. It all makes sense. It was all coded for us to dissect in the last days. So, like if you look in the Xi, Shai, and the stigma, which the Xi, I think it goes into X, which means to cross or to mass out. And then you got the Xi, I think, which is like the serpent or the staff of Asclepius. All right, if you want to understand the Greek god of medicine, look up the Greek god of medicine going into Asclepius, and it breaks it down to you. But basically, he was showing us through the spirit this whole system, and it really just made a lot of more sense in these last days, because we knew that it had something to do with medical registries and so forth like that. But hey, the Lord gave us a more in-depth breakdown on what the angel was actually revealing to John, what he was trying to tell us through the spirit. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there, giving all praises and glory honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. With that, shalom and a baba ball.